A very good morning, students. This is our part third for the geography chapter, the resources and development. So, student, here we are going to talk about the various type of soils, their characteristics, and how the soil is the greatest resource. Soil is the most important renewable natural resources. It is we have to thankful that soil it is our most important resource for any nation. Then it is a renewable resource which is renewed after some time. It is the medium of plant growth and supports different types of living organism on. You can see the structure of soil, the top soil, the upper soil layer, then there is a subsoil, withered rocks and sand and silt clay, and after that third one is substratum weathered parent rock material, and the inner one is unweathered parent and red rock. So it is a soil profile that if we categorize the soil on the basis of its types, then such type of structure we will find. Now that how the soil is a resource, that the soil is a living system. It takes millions of years to form. Soil up to a few centimeters in depth, relief, parent rock or bedrock, climate, vegetation and other forms of life and time are important factor in the formation of soil. So, in the formation of soil, climate, vegetation and other forms of life are important factor which helps to form the soil. Now, various forces of nature such as changes in temperature, actions, running water, wind and glacier, activities of decomposers, etc. contribute to the formation of soil. Okay, now the temperature, running water, wind, glacier and the other climatic activities also play a significant role in the formation of soil. Chemical and organic changes which take place in the soil are equally important. Soil also consists of humus and the inorganic materials. On the basis of the factor responsible for soil formation, color, thickness, texture, age, chemical and physical properties, the soil of India can be classified in a different way. So there are these various bases on which we categorize the soil. As on the chemical basis, on the basis of their color, on the basis of their texture, thickness, fertility, physical and chemical property, we divide the soil in the various category in India. So classification of soil. India has varied relief features, landforms, climatic realms and vegetation type. These have contributed in the development of various types of soil. Okay, we know that. We have studied in the 9th class physical feature of India and this India size and location, that how different types of relief feature is to be found in our India. Now, on the basis of the relief feature or the landform, we divide Indian soil in the various category, and among them the first is alluvial soil. As the name is reflecting, it is so much important because of its fertility for the production of crops. This is the most widely spread and important soil. In fact, the entire northern plains, underline entire northern plains, are made up of alluvial soil. These have been deposited by the three important Himalayan river systems, the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra. These soils also extend in Rajasthan, Gujarat, through a narrow corridor. Alluvial soil is also found in the eastern coastal plain, particularly in the deltas of Mahanadi, the Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri's river. So it is that what are the places or the states or region where alluvial soil is to be found. Next, the alluvial soil consists of various proportions of sand, silt and clay. As we move inland towards the river valley, soil particles appear somewhat bigger in size. Okay, in the upper reaches of the river valley, that is near the places of the break of slope, the soils are coarse. Such soils are more common in Piedmont plains such as Dwars, Kos and Tarai. Now, apart from the size of their grain, or you can say components, soils are also described on the basis of their age. According to their age, alluvial soil can be classified as an old alluvial, it means Bangar, and the new alluvial soil which is known as Khadar. Okay, so the question can be asked that what is Bangar, what is Khadar, or differentiate between Bangar and Khadar. The Bangar soil, so both are the form of alluvial soil. Bangar is a old alluvial soil and Khadar is a new alluvial soil. Old and new on the basis of their age we are talking about. The Bangar soil has higher concentration of kankar nodules than the Khadar. It has more it has more fine particles and is more fertile than the Bangar. Okay, so Khadar is more fertile, while in Bangar is so much of availability of kankar nodules. Now, alluvial soils as a whole are very fertile, as I told you. Mostly, these soils contain adequate proportion of potash. So, it is the chemical structure. Okay, the chemical structure that alluvial soils contains potash, phosphoric acid, lime, which is ideal for the growth of sugarcane, paddy, wheat and the other cereal and pulses crop. Okay, so alluvial soil contains potash, phosphoric acid and lime. It is their chemical properties, and that's why the crops like sugarcane, paddy, wheat and other cereals and the pulses can be grown easily in the alluvial soil due to its high fertility. We are talking about the alluvial soil. Due to its high fertility, regions of alluvial soils are intensively cultivated and densely populated. Yeah, it is a basic reason behind any area's dense population, that the availability of work. So because this alluvial soils region are very fertile, that's why there is so much of means of livelihood has developed, and that's why the people densely populated in these areas. Soils in the drier areas are more alkaline and can be productive after proper treatment and irrigation. Now the alluvial soil which is available near the dried area, where if we are having the proper means of irrigation, then we can use it, such alluvial soil also in agriculture. Now the second type of soil in India is black soil. Okay, so the students, as we have studied the one type of soil in detail, so we come to know that alluvial soil can be divided into two parts, Khadar and Bangar, and then difference between them. Then we also know that what are the things, chemical things which are available in alluvial soil, the potash, phosphoric acid and lime. And then we come to know that with particular what crops can be grown easily in the alluvial soil. So you can frame the very short question by your own. Now black soil, as name is reflecting, it is black in color. These soils are black in color and are also known as rugged soil. So which soil is known as rugged soil? Black soil. Black soil is the ideal for growing cotton. Now black soil is ideal for which crop? So your answer will be to grow cotton, and is also known as black cotton soil. So black soil is known as rugged and black cotton soil. It is believed that climatic condition along with the parent rock material are the important factors for the formation of black soil. Now this type of soil is typical of the Deccan Trap basalt region spread over the northwest Deccan Plateau and is made up of lava flows. So black soil is made up of dash flows, it means lava flow, and it can be found in the Deccan Trap, which is known as basalt region and spread over the northwest Deccan Plateau. Okay, so it is spreaded from the Deccan Trap to northwest Deccan Plateau. Okay, now they cover the plateaus of Maharashtra. Now the area, the states where, or the region where black soil can be founded is that plateaus of Maharashtra, Saurashtra, then Malwa, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, and extend in the southeast direction along the Godavari and the Krishna valleys. Okay, black soils we are talking about. The black soils are made up of extremely fine, that is clayey material. Which soil is made up of extremely clayey material? Your answer will be the black soil. They are well known for their capacity to hold moisture. So student, that remember that in examination the question is not given to you in a direct manner. They can be changed their format. So it is very necessary to learn each and every character of every soil in a very deep manner. They are well known for their capacity to hold moisture. Which soil is known for holding the moisture? And your answer will be black soil. In addition, they are rich in soil nutrients. Okay, these are their physical property. Black soil is rich in soil nutrients such as calcium carbonate, magnesium, underline, potash and lime. These soils are generally poor in phosphoric contents. They develop deep cracks during hot weather, which helps in the proper aeration of the soil. These soils are sticky when wet and difficult to work on unless tilled immediately after the first shower or during the pre-monsoon period. So it is their physical character that if they will not tilled after the first monsoon period, then they become very sticky and it is very tough to work on them. Black soils. Okay, now the third type of soil is red and yellow soil. As the name is reflecting its first physical feature, that they are red and yellow in color. Now red soil develops on crystalline igneous rocks in areas of low rainfall in the eastern and the southern parts of the Deccan Plateau. In the eastern and the southern part of Deccan Plateau, where the low rainfall is available, there we can be having the red and yellow soil availability. Yellow and red soils are also found in the parts of Odisha, underline, Chhattisgarh, southern parts of the Middle Ganga plain and along the Piedmont zone of the Western Ghats. Okay. Piedmont of the Western Ghats. The Piedmont is means where the small valleys are available. Okay, these soils develop a reddish color due to diffusion of iron. Why they are red and yellow in color? That these soils develop a reddish color due to the diffusion of iron and in crystalline and metamorphic rock. It looks yellow when it occurs in a hydrated form. The same red soil can be changed its color in yellow when they will be in their hydrated form. Now, fourth type of soil is laterite soil. Okay, now the crops which can be grown in the red soil: sugarcane, maize, groundnut, oilseed are the example which can be grown in red soil, red and yellow soil. Now, laterite soil. The fourth type of soil is laterite soil. Laterite has been derived from the Latin word later, which means brick. The laterite soil develops in the areas with high temperature and heavy rainfall. Underline the first physical need for the formation of laterite soil, that it develops in the high temperature with heavy rainfall. This is the result of intense leaching due to heavy rain. Humus content of the soil is low. Laterite soil. Okay, and because most of the microorganisms, particularly the decomposer like bacteria, get destroyed due to high temperature, laterite soil are suitable for the cultivation with adequate doses of manure and fertilizer. These soils are mainly found in Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh. Which soil is found in these states? Laterite soil. After adopting appropriate soil conservation techniques, particularly in the hilly areas of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, this soil is very useful for growing tea and coffee. Which soil is very useful for growing tea and coffee? Laterite soil. Red laterite soil in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala are more suitable for the crops. And the second last type of soil in India is arid soil. The next type of soil is arid soil. Arid soil range from red to brown in color. They are generally sandy in texture and saline in nature. Which soil is sandy in texture and saline in nature? Your answer will be arid soil. In some areas, the salt content is very high and common salt is obtained by evaporating the water. Okay, from which soil we get we obtain salt by evaporation. So you can give the answer, you will give the answer arid soil. Due to the dry climate, high temperature and evaporation is faster and the soil lacks humus and moisture, the lower horizons of the soil are occupied by conker because of the increasing calcium content downwards. Okay, the conker layer formation in the bottom horizons restricted the infiltration of water. After proper irrigation, these soils become cultivable as has been in the case of western Rajasthan. It means in western Rajasthan arid soil is available and with the help of the proper irrigation method we use arid soil for the agricultural purposes. Okay, now according to the mountain environment, next type of soil is forest soil, the last soil in India, and the category of last soil is forest soil. These soils are found in the hilly and the mountainous areas where sufficient rainforest are available. The soil texture varies according to the mountain environment where they formed. They are loamy and silty in valleys, sides and coarse grained in the upper slopes. In the snow-covered areas of Himalaya, these soils experience denudation and are acidic with low humus content. The soils found in the lower parts of the valleys, particularly on the river terraces and alluvial fans, and are fertile. So last category of the soil is forest soil. Now soil erosion and soil conservation. I hope you have know about both these factors little bit. The denudation of the soil cover and subsequent washing down is described as a soil erosion. Okay, it means that regularly if the soil is breaking down. The breaking down, denudation means the breaking of the soil cover and subsequent washing down is described as a soil erosion. The process of soil formation and erosion go on simultaneously. Important that when we say that what is happening, soil erosion is happening at the same time on the other place the soil formation is going on. Okay, yeah, there is a balance between two. Sometimes this balance is disturbed due to human activities like deforestation, overgrazing, construction and mining, etc., while natural forces like wind, glacier and water lead to soil erosion. The running water cuts through the clayey soil and makes deep channels as gullies. The land becomes unfit for cultivation and is known as bad land. Okay, the question can be asked, what do you mean by gullies? What is bad land? The bad land, when the land becomes unfit for the cultivation, that land is known as bad land. And when the running water cuts through the clayey soils and make deep channels, these deep channels are known as gullies. In the Chambal basin, such lands are called ravines. Okay, sometimes water flow as a sheet over large area down a slope. In such cases, the topsoil is washed away. This is known as sheet erosion. So, what is sheet erosion? Underline. Okay, when sometimes water flows as sheet over large area down slope, and in such cases the topsoil is washed away, and this process is known as sheet erosion. Wind blow loose soil off flat or sloping land known as wind erosion. Soil erosion is also caused due to the defective method of farming. Ploughing in a wrong way, that is up and down the slope, form channels for the quick flow of water leading to the soil erosion. Now that in this paragraph we are talking about the agriculture method which can stop the soil erosion. Ploughing along the contour lines can decelerate the flow of water down the slope. This is called contour ploughing. So contour ploughing is a one agricultural method which can stop the soil erosion. Steps another way. to stop the soil erosion. Steps can be cut out on the slopes, making terraces. Terrace cultivation restricts erosion. Okay, the second is terrace cultivation. First is contour plogging. Western and central Himalayas have well developed terrace farming. Large fields can be divided into strips. Strips of grass are left to grow between the crops, and this breaks up the force of wind. This method is known as strip cropping. So, three ways: contour plogging, terrace cultivation, and strip cropping are the agriculture method which stop the soil erosion and wind erosion. Planting trees to create shelter also works in a similar way. Rows of such trees are called shelter belts. So, underline what is shelter belt. These shelter belts have contributed significantly to stabilization of sand dunes and in stabilizing the desert in the western India. So these are the way that how agriculture, farming procedure, the farming method which can stop the soil and wind erosion. So student, the chapter is completed now. Today I will give you the long answers, but it is request to all of you, please read and underline the important thing in every paragraph and frame your own question or notes by your own creativity and potential. Till then, take care and God bless you.